We begin our story in a small home where dawn seeps through the tin roof, stirring the family awake. The aroma of frying bread mingles with the faint rattle of a kettle on the stove. Dust dances in the pale light, illuminating a wooden table where Mama Ami, a 2-year-old woman from Dagamba, kneads dough with practiced hands. Her face, etched with the wisdom of age and resilience, holds a faraway look as she works, her nimble fingers moving with a rhythm born of countless repetitions. Beside her, Auntie Jemima, a 42-year-old. Woman rolls dough in a smaller bowl, her gaze flickering to the children playing outside. "Little sister," she says softly, "lift your shoulders when you need." "That's it better!" Steady hands make steady bread. Suddenly, Lena, a cheerful 6-year-old Dagamba girl, bounces into the kitchen, clutching her rag doll. "Mama! Look! She can stand on her own!" Amina half smiles, her eyes twinkling with pride. "Stronger than yesterday." "Good!" At that moment, Nuru, a 10-year-old boy from Akan Chui, enters the kitchen, tugging his faded hoodie over his shoulders. He glances at Lena and her doll and quips, "She's stronger than me. My stomach fell down hours ago." Lena teases, "Then sit down before you faint." Auntie Jemima chuckles softly, giving her sister a playful nudge. Their mother, Grandma Teta, a 68-year-old Dagamba woman, sits in the doorway, patiently mending a shirt. "Don't let the day steal you," she says with a knowing smile. "You steal from it." Amina nods at her mother, her eyes lingering on Lena, who mirrors the motion, learning patience in her own time. Meanwhile, Papa Kojo, a 40-year-old Akan Chui man, sits at the table, opening his thin wallet. Only 3 coins clank inside. "Today!" he says, his voice heavy with resolve. "We try again. Bring back more than dust." Naru, the young boy, nods earnestly. "I'll try, Papa." Amina, her voice gentle, yet firm, says, "Not only try, bring something, no matter how small." Nuru looks at his mother, a flicker of defensiveness in his eyes. Then he turns and walks away, clutching a small cloth bag. Lena watches him go, hugging her doll tightly. Auntie Jemima sets her rolling pin aside, giving her sister a small, reassuring smile. Outside, the road bustles with activity. Sunlight spills over the dusty lane, bathing vendors and their wares in a golden glow. Goats tug at ropes. Children chase a ball, and the air buzzes with the energy of 1,000 stories waiting to be told. Their journey takes them to the heart of the market, where a kaleidoscope of colors, sounds, and smells assault the senses. Amidst the vibrant chaos, Madame Azuri, a sharp-eyed 45-year-old Awe woman, strolls along the street, keeping a watchful eye on the children. Fato, Tai, Rusty. "Let's see who's quick enough for me today," she calls out playfully. "Soon!" Tay, an 11-year-old Akan Chui boy, races past Lena, taunting her. "Bet you can't catch me before I hit the corner," he shouts, disappearing around the bend. Madame Azuri, feigning cheer, clapped her hands. "Tay, slow down, child." "Lena, hold the basket." "Show me who deserves my trust," she says, her tone leaving no room for argument. At that moment, Uncle Mensa, a 60-year-old Dagamba man, sitting on a nearby crate, observes the children with a hint of a smile. "Ah, little ones, always rushing. Patience will save you more than coins ever will." As the children navigate the crowded market, minor characters cross their path. Fotu, a 12-year-old Akan Chui girl, spills a basket of oranges, sending the fruit rolling across the ground. Rusty, a playful terrier mix, darts between the stalls, nearly tripping up Lena. Beezy, a curious goat, nibbles on stray vegetables. And Amari, a mischievous 15-year-old Akan Chui boy, teases Nuru, trying to snatch his small bag. Amidst the commotion, Baba Ayodili Kinsuberi, a calm 55-year-old Akan Chui witch doctor, appears at the edge of the market. He carries bundles of herbs and charms, his weathered face etched with the wisdom of ages past. "Peace to this home and all who dwell here," he announces, his voice resonating with power. "I bring what Madame Azuri cannot see. Protection, guidance, and strength for those who earn it. Madame Azuri stiffens slightly, her eyes narrowing. Ah, Baba Iodel, here to show your wonders? We shall see who teaches better. Baba Iodel nods, his gaze lingering on Amina and Kojo. Do not fear the sun or the dust. With care, the smallest steps become your shield. And so the story unfolds, weaving together the hopes and dreams of a family striving for a better day. Thank you for watching this episode. If you liked it, please subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support means everything to us. Until next time. Season 1, Chapter 2, Whispers at the Wishing Well. Morning the sun peeks over the horizon, painting the village in warm gold. Dust rises from the road as children run toward the wishing well. Lena, 6, Luo daughter, skips ahead, carrying a small bucket. Her doll swings from her arm. Maybe today it will finally grant my wish. Nuru, 10, akan atau chui. Son, older sibling, coming of age, jogs after her, hands stuffed in his hoodie pocket. Or maybe it only listens to the clever ones. Taye, 11, Sulu, neighbor, friend, waves at them from across the lane. Bet I can throw a coin farther than you both. Lena giggles, holding her doll like a shield. Nuru frowns, competitive. At the wishing well, the ancient stones glisten in the sunlight. Villagers pass by, dropping coins or small offerings. Baba Ayodela, Quinte Zubiri 55, Yoruba, Ido, witch, doctor, mentor, guardian, stands nearby, arranging herbs in a small bag. His calm presence contrasts with the children's energy. Baba Iodel, listen well. Lena Nuru. Every whisper carries meaning here. Not all wishes are heard the same way. Lena, 6, Luo, daughter. Does that mean my wish won't work? Baba Ayodele 55, Yoruba, Ido witch, doctor, mentor, guardian, Iwil chai. But sometimes the path to what you seek is more important than the wish itself. Nuru, 10, Akanato, Chui, son, older sibling, coming of age. I just want it to be easier. For Mama and Papa, Baba Iodel places a hand gently on Nuro's shoulder. Strength grows in the trying, not the taking. Fato! Dozi! Hausa market helper! Vendor apprentice! Trips over a basket of coins, scattering them across the cobblestones. Oh, no! Rusty, approximately 3. Dog, market companion, comic relief, darts past, chasing a butterfly. Teeth glinting in the morning light. BC, approximately 2. Goat, market animal, neutral presence, nibbles at the edge of a vendor's cloth. Amari, 15. Awe, teen vendor, market banter, teases Nuru. Even your coins can't keep up with Tay's toss. Tayi, Onse, Sulu neighbor, friend, laughs, picking up his coin and tossing it carefully into the well. Madame Azuri's subtle influence. Madame Azuri, 45, Shona, market matriarch, antagonist, schemer, leans against a nearby stall, observing the children with a sharp, calculating smile. Small hearts, small hands. Easy to guide if you know how. She nudges Fatu, 12, Hausa, market helper, vendor, apprentice, toward a misstep, and Fatunially drops the coin again. Baba Ayodele, 55, Yoruba atau Ido, witch doctor, mentor, guardian, notices but remains calm, murmuring quietly. Not all shadows control the day. Some light always returns. Children's mystical lesson. Lena, 6, Luo, daughter, drops a coin into the well, closing her eyes tightly. Please, let Mama and Papa have enough today. Nuru, 10, Akanato Tui, son, older sibling, coming of age, watches, unsure. Does it really? Baba Ayodele, 55, Yoruba atau Ido, witch doctor, mentor, guardian, kneels beside them. Your intention matters more than the coin, Nuru. Even small acts of care ripple outward. The wind rustles leaves, carrying faint whispers almost, as if the well itself responds. Lena, 6, Luo daughter, opens her eyes, a small smile spreading across her face. Afternoon village life continues. The market bustles, but the children linger near the wishing well. They share quiet moments, learning from the adults and the magical lessons Baba Ayodele offers. Ang komensa, 70, akan nato chui. Wise neighbor, observer, leans on his cane, watching. Patience, little ones. The world moves faster than you, but it listens to steady hearts. Mama Kofi, Lima Pulu, Yoruba street vendor, marketplace, calls out. Lina Nuru, coins won't gather themselves. Kojo, Yonju, E, father, provider, market helper, and Amina, 38, Dagamba, mother, matriarch, bread baker, arrived to collect the children, smiling at their focus. Good. You're learning responsibility. Wide shot of the wishing well, children laughing, coins glinting in the sun. Madam Mazuri, 45, Shona Market, matriarch, antagonist, schemer, watches from the edge, faintly frowning. Baba Ayodele, 55, Yoruba, Ato, Ido. Witch doctor, mentor, guardian, stands nearby, serene and vigilant. The whispers of the well drift through the village, hinting at the lessons and challenges yet to come. The end. This is Bread and Sunlight Season 1. Chapter 3, Shadows in the Market. It's morning. The sun rises higher, climbing over the tall buildings that line the dusty road. The market bustles with activity. Stalls overflow with colorful fruit, mounds of grain, and handcrafted wares. Between the vendors, children weave and call out joyfully. 6-year-old Lena clutches her basket of vegetables carefully. Stepping past a goat, she almost knocks over a basket. Steady, little one, says 10-year-old Nuru, her older brother, guiding her with a gentle nudge. Hold the basket straight, he adds, glancing at their mother. Their mother, Mama Amina, arranges fresh loaves of bread on her stall. Beside her, Kojo, her husband, lifts a heavy sack of grain onto a nearby crate. Remember? Every coin counts, he says, counting the coins from earlier sales, but honesty counts more. Across the market, Amari teases Nuru. Your coins are slow. Nuru, you need speed like Tay here. Tay darts past, kicking up dust. Bets, you can't beat me to the stall, he shouts, grinning back at Amari. A small dog, Rusty, weaves between the stalls, sniffing at the colorful baskets. He stops to sniff a crate of yams, then looks up with big eyes as a goat named BC nibbles at the yams. You're learning patience, little one, Auntie Jemima tells Lena, smiling. That is worth more than gold. She winks at the girl. At the edge of the market, Grandma Teta leans against the post, watching the children. Observe, children, she says. Shadows often hide in plain sight. Learn to notice them. Near the entrance of the market, Madame Azuri, a shrewd woman with a knowing smile, scans every stall. Her eyes stop at a young girl arranging vegetables. Be quick, child, she says to the girl. Mistakes waste time, and time wastes opportunity. The girl nearly drops a basket of vegetables under the pressure. Baba Ayodele, a wise man with a calm demeanor, stands quietly nearby. He murmurs a protective charm. Shadows cannot touch the diligent who act with care. Coins in hand. Boy, Mama Kofi, a street vendor, calls to Nuru. Don't let your effort go to waste. Nuru glances at his father, seeking guidance. Kojo nods encouragingly. She's right, Nuru. Don't waste what you have worked so hard to earn. Uncle Mensa, a kind old man, shakes his head with a small smile. Patience, children. Even the market listens to careful hearts. As the morning deepens, the market vibrates with energy. Sellers shout out, coins clink, and laughter rings across the street. Yet under it all, Madame Azuri's careful nudges create tiny missteps. Most don't notice, but the children do. Later, when the market calms and vendors take short rests, Lena walks up to the wishing well. She has a coin in her hand. "I hope it hears again," she says, remembering the well's words. Nuru looks uncertain. "Sometimes it feels like she's everywhere," he says, nodding toward Madame Azuri, who is now watching from afar. Baba Iodel leans close to the children. "Focus on the light, Nuru," he says, his voice low. "Shadows cannot dominate where your heart is steady. Remember, you grow stronger with each choice. As the sun climbs higher, casting long shadows across the market, the children know they must remain vigilant. They have heard the wishing well's words, and they know that even in the bustling marketplace, shadows can lurk in the most unexpected places. And so they keep a sharp eye on their surroundings, ready to face any challenges that may come their way." This has been Bread and Sunlight Season 1, Chapter 3, Shadows in the Market, brought to you by our channel. It's time for our heroes to take on the big city. Welcome to Bread and Sunlights, Season 1, where global cultures blend in unexpected ways. Join us as we bring stories to life through animation, music, and cultural exploration. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Chapter 4, The Metro Call. Early morning. In the heart of Vumbi Nyota, the village awakens before sunrise. Birds chirp, roosters crow, and the dusty paths glimmer with morning dew. Mama Amina checks baskets of vegetables and small loaves of bread. Make sure nothing falls. Children, this city trip is not for carelessness. Kojo loads sacks of grain onto the cart. City streets are different from Vumbi Nyota. Watch the carts, the people, and the lights. Auntie Jemima straightens Lena's clothes and smiles at Nuru. You're both old enough now to remember lessons. Keep your heads in your hearts! Grandma Teta leans on her cane, nodding. Respect the city, but do not forget the dust you came from. Lena clutches her doll nervously. Will the streets be like the market? Nuru, trying to look brave, adjusts his hoodie. I'll make sure we don't get lost. Arrival in Luminara Heights. The family enters Luminara Heights, a sprawling city of towering buildings, busy streets, and flashing lights. Mr. Sterling, CEO of Metro Corporation, waits outside the Metro Church. Welcome to the city, everyone. I've heard of your village projects. Today we see how traditions and modernity meets. Baba Iodel. Kinsuberi murmurs quietly. Observe, children. Not all that glitters is guidance. Use wisdom with curiosity. From a nearby street corner, Madame Azuri watches, her presence like a shadow, even in cities. Influence travels swiftly, she murmurs. Inside the Metro Church, bright stained glass windows and polished floors overwhelm the children. Everything shines differently here, but hearts remain the same, whispers Mama Kofi, a street vendor from Vumbi Nyota. Tay steps on a polished floor tile nervously. I miss the dust already, he says. Amari, a teen vendor from the market, laughs at the mirrors on the walls. Reflections everywhere. Feels like magic, right? Baba Iodel guides the children to a quiet corner. City lights may blind you. Do not forget the sun that warmed you in Vumbi Nyota. Balance comes from remembering both worlds. Madame Azuri lingers near the choir, watching and listening. A city is ripe for subtle nudges. Even small missteps carry weight. Afternoon, the family tours city projects. Clean water pumps, renovated schools, and new roads leading toward Vumbi Nyota. This will help so many in our village. Progress is good, but balance is better, says Kojo. Mama Amina helps Lena give a loaf of bread to a community worker. Even small contributions build bridges. Nuru collects coins and small tokens from the project workers. I didn't expect the city to feel so alive, he says. Baba Iodel touches a pendant in his pocket, murmuring protection charms over the family. Madame Azuri watches quietly from the periphery. Every bridge has a weakness, even the ones built with kindness. Evening. As the sun sets, The family returns to Vumbi Nyota, tired but enriched by the day. City dust is shiny, but I like our own, Lena whispers to her doll. We won't get lost if we remember what Baba Iodel said, Nuru replies, carrying coins and stories in his pockets. You learned more than streets today. You learned perspective, Mama Amina says, smiling softly. And tomorrow, we bake bread that feeds not only stomachs, but hearts, Kojo says, chuckling as he lifts a sack. Grandma Teta leans on her cane. Remember this day, little ones. The city shows tools, but the village shows strength. As darkness falls over Vumbi Nyota, Baba Ayodel stands watch, making sure no shadows follow. Unseen, Madame Azori plots her next subtle challenge. What will it be? Find out in the next chapter! It's morning in Vumbi Nyota, and the sun rises gently over the rooftops. Dust motes catch in the soft golden rays. Villagers are up early, tending their small gardens, feeding chickens, gathering around the wishing well. Today, the city folk return with more projects for the community, so everyone gathers to help. At the center, Mama Amina, a matriarch of the village, organizes the volunteers. Her two strong sons help unload baskets, brimming with bread, sweet plantains, and cold water for the workers. Keep your smiles steady, she tells them. Hands that build also share kindness. Old Auntie Jemima, her face a roadmap of wrinkles, grins as children help with the painting. Precision matters, little ones. The work you do now shows in hearts later. She nudges a boy with a feathered duster, sweeping across windowsills. And you don't think sweeping is little work. It takes strong arms and a steady eye. In the shade, cool and calm, sits Grandma Teta, the oldest in the village. She watches the young volunteers with a knowing smile. Do not rush, but do not stall. Balance is the measure of work and spirit. Amidst the flurry of activity, Lena, a bright-eyed girl of 15 summers, carries a small bag of tools. She helps the youngest children paint walls, giggling as they take turns. This is bigger than I imagined, she says, breathless, but fun too. Her older brother Niru, almost a man, lifts planks with Kojo, the father of the family. With each movement, he's careful. Every nail counts, he murmurs, remembering his mother's words. She was right. Patience protects. As the morning sun climbs higher, the villagers pause to learn new skills from the city folks. Mr. Sterling, a tall man with hair the color of wheat, teaches modern ways to keep their families safe from sickness and how to filter water. Bridges are not only for feet, he says. They are for knowledge, hygiene, and opportunity. But Baba Ayodele Kinte Zuburi, the village witch doctor interrupts, chuckling. And when the feet are on solid ground, then stories and songs travel on their own. He whispers to Lena and Naru, learn the tools of this world, children, but remember the wisdom of the old stones, the river, and the sun. From the sidelines, Madame Azuri, the market matriarch, watches intently. As the city folks walk away, she nudges a bucket. Drop it incorrectly, she hisses, and they learn humility or fear. Subtle lessons everywhere. Over the din of hammers and saws, Mama Kofi, the street vendor, calls out, even in sweat, we find joy. Even in toil, we find laughter. She hands water to volunteers, eyes twinkling. With a flourish, Tay, a young man visiting from a neighboring town, sweeps dust into a corner. This is harder than the market, he says, but cleaner too. Amari, the teenage market banter, grins as he tries his hand at machinery. I thought I knew work, he says, shaking his head. This is a new kind of fun. As the day wanes, Lena helps a younger child tie a rope to a swing. Hold it tight, she says, and also trust in your hands, but also in your friends. Naru sees Madame Azuri hover near an old well, the shawl hiding her face. She suddenly causes boards to shift. She's testing our patience again, he mutters to himself. We stay calm. Baba Iodel moves through the crowd, sprinkling protective charms and weaving protective spells. He winks at Lena and Naru. Some lessons are taught by the wind, some by mischief. Observe both. Kojo steadies a plank for the others. Together, strength multiplies, he calls out. Alone, even giants stumble. When the sun dips below the horizon, the villagers gather around a freshly painted wall and an installed water pump. Laughter and chatter fill the air. See what hands guided by love can do. Mama! Amina says, smiling at the children. We learned more than skills today, Lena says, leaning against Naru. We learned trust. He squeezes her shoulder. Coins don't matter today. The pride and work is enough. Grandma Teta nods approvingly. The sun sets, and all that is built carries the warmth of hearts. Madame Azuri stands apart, watching them, even in progress. There is opportunity, she murmurs, and a shadow that waits. As the last rays of sunlight fade, a wide shot of Vumbi Nyota at dusk, newly painted buildings glow in the twilight. Villagers chat happily, sharing stories and smiles. Baba Iodel stands near the wishing well, ensuring subtle protections weave through the community. Madame Azuri lingers at the edge, her shawl pulled tight, plotting the next minor challenge for the unsuspecting villager. It's morning in Vumbi Nyota. Sunlight filters through the open windows of the village church. Today is a special day. The small congregation is preparing for a small festival to honor their ancestors and local deities. In the center of the room, Mama Amina is arranging food offerings on a wooden altar. Each plate, each grain speaks. Respect is made visible. Outside, Kojo is securing wooden beams to make a small canopy. Even small hands can hold the sky steady. Nearby, Auntie Jemima is draping decorative cloth and tying ribbons. Neat hands! Honor! Neat hearts! She's teaching Lena how to fold the cloth properly. And in the corner, Grandma Teta is chanting quietly. She's teaching a rhythm that will be used in the blessings later. Listen, children. Our ancestors speak in rhythm and patience! Humming along, Lena carefully places a dulcet offering beside the main table. I hope they like it, Grandma. Nuru is carrying water from the wishing well for the ceremonial herbs. He stumbles slightly, but steadies himself. I'm strong enough today, Grandma. It's midday, and the market is buzzing with activity. Goats are being tethered, baskets arranged, and children are running small errands. Madame Azuri is striding purposefully through the crowd. She's the market matriarch, and she's got a sharp eye for detail and a sharper tongue for mistakes. Fotu! The tomatoes are crooked! Tay! Don't spill the water again! Everyone should hurry! Muttering apologies, Fatu carefully arranged the produce. Tay grinned at Lena. Race you to the wishing well, he called, and took off running. Rusty, the small dog, darted after his feet, eliciting giggles from Lena. Calmly, Baba Iodel! Kint Zuber is walking among the market. He's the village witch doctor, and he's sprinkling protective charms and watching the children. Do not let haste undo care, he murmured. Let the heart guide small steps. It's afternoon, and the festival is beginning. Villagers are gathering in the churchyard. Children, families, and volunteers are chanting, dancing, and placing offerings. Mama Kofi is handing out sweetened porridge to the crowd. Energy for the young hands and hearts. Uncle Mensa, a wise neighbor, nods approvingly. He's watching the children helping the elders. They learn respect, not by words, but by seeing it practiced. Amari, a 15-year-old, is assisting with the ceremonial banners. There's a lot of joking, light teasing, to ease the tension. Basie, a small goat, is nibbling at the leftover flowers. It causes some mild laughter among the children. While Madame Azuri lingers, watching the festivities, she's whispering quietly to herself. Faith is flexible, she said. And influence travels where people least expect it. But Baba Iodel was close by, and he was watching her. Those who seek with honest hearts cannot be swayed. He counted her influence with a whisper of his own. As the lanterns are lit, the festival winds down. The family gathers near the wishing well. There's no talking, but they don't need to say anything. They are content. Mama Amina gives each child a small piece of bread. Today, you learned patience. Apply it tomorrow, she said. Nuru reflected quietly. Even small deeds matter. Lena snuggled her doll, watching the glowing lanterns. Ancestors speak not always in words, but in guidance, in small hands and steady hearts. Kojo watched the children, his heart full. He didn't need words. Meanwhile, Madame Azuri was walking back toward the lane. She's still scheming. And Baba Iodel remained near the family. He's watching over them, always ready to help if needed. The camera pans out, taking in the scene. It's a wide shot of Vumbi Nyota under the glow of lanterns. The festival offerings are aligned, the children are laughing, and the elders are nodding with satisfaction. The wishing well glints softly beside the church, hinting at future guidance and lessons. The episode ends. It's morning in Vumbi Nyota. The sun pierces through the cracks in the small kitchen, illuminating dust dancing in the air. Mama Amina kneads dough with steady hands, her face serene. At 38, she is a master bread baker, her loaves famous across the village. Her husband, Kojo, 40, an Akin Chui man, is the provider, his strong arms carrying bundles of firewood from the market. Carry it with care! My love, he says, handing them to his sister. On TJ Mima Yonjuni. Also from the Dagamba tribe, who helps Mama Amara in the bakery. Balance is an effort, not just strength. Near the doorway sits Grandma Tata, 68 years old. Also from the Dagamba tribe. She observes the children playing outside with a soft smile. Choices reveal character. Little ones. Watch and listen. 6-year-old Lena, her daughter, practices folding leaves for the day's offerings to the ancestors. I'll do it. Right, Grandma. Her older brother Nuru, 10, from his father's tribe, the Akon Chui, carries a small bundle of coins from yesterday's sales. I won't waste any. Grandma, I'll make the right choice today. It's market day. The family, joined by other villagers, including Madame Azuri, head to the bustling marketplace. Known for her sharp mind and even sharper tongue, Madame Azuri, 45, an away woman, is the market matriarch. She eyes Lena and Nero. Lena, Nero. Decisions are as clear as coins. Choose wisely. The siblings exchange glances. Suddenly, a crash echoes through the market. It's Fatu! 12! A Hausa girl. She spills a basket of mangoes, her eyes brimming with tears. Sorry, madam. No need for tears, child. It's just a mishap. A kind hand touches Fatu's shoulder. It's Tay, 11, a Zulu boy, and Naru's friend. He helps Naru with the heavy crates, whispering jokes to ease the tension. Amidst the chaos, a small dog, Rusty, chases a stray ball, distracting customers and vendors alike. Amidst the laughter, Baba Ayodele Kinsuberi, a wise Yoruba Ido witch doctor, quietly observes the scene. He places protective charms around the family's stall. Not all choices are obvious, he says, his eyes twinkling. Listen to the heart, not the whispers. As the sun climbs higher, Madame Azuri approaches Lena and Nuru. She holds out 2 purses, each containing different amounts of money. Help someone who has lost their goods or put them in your purse, she says. And if you choose wisely, you will have this amount. The siblings hesitate. What should we do? Nuru asks, glancing at Lena. She whispers back, we help. The heart matters more than coins. A subtle smile tightens Madame Azuri's lips. Baba Iodel nods approvingly from the edge. Courage shows in simple choices. Nero assists Fatu in collecting the spilled goods, while Lena comforts BC, a mischievous 2-year-old goat who had accidentally knocked over the baskets. As evening falls, the family regroups in the kitchen. A single plate of food is placed on the table. Today, you chose wisely, Mama Amina says, her eyes shining with pride. Let the day remember your hands and hearts. Kojo nods to Naru. Responsibility is heavier than coins, yet lighter than regret. Grandma Teta smiles. Little ones, Ancestors notice even small acts of virtue. Auntie Jemima adds, every choice ripples like flour in water. Lena hugs her doll, a wide grin on her face. I did it! Nuru, counting his coins, realizes that they are less important than trust and kindness. Coins don't define value. We do. As darkness falls over Vumbinyota, lanterns flicker in the homes. The wishing well glows faintly, and children play quietly. Madame Uzuri watches from afar, her face a mask of subtle malice. Baba Iodel, however, remains near the family, a steady and protective presence.